Yo, what is up, my basketball family? Welcome back to Green Team Productions. How are we doing today? And it seems like we have a little bit of drama out in Brooklyn. So Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets are at an impasse when it comes to Kyrie Irving's contract, which essentially just means they cannot agree to terms. Now, what I'm assuming was happening is that Kyrie Irving wants a 5-year extension, and the Brooklyn Nets, after what just happened last year, I don't think they will be willing to give Kyrie Irving that kind of contract. And don't get me wrong, Kyrie Irving is one of my favorite players, and I believe he's one of the greatest finishers and one of the best ball handlers of all time. But the whole vaccination situation kind of really derailed the Nets. Of course, as you would see, James Harden would grow disgruntled and would request a trade just one day before saying that he wanted to stay in Brooklyn. And there were even reports that Kevin Durant was a little disgruntled with Kyrie Irving with his part-time play. So the Nets would end up sending James Harden to Philadelphia 76ers for Ben Simmons, Drummond, and Seth Curry, which was a great trade in my mind. But we might not even get to see the full potential of that trade because there's a possibility that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving will not be returning to the Nets. Because if Kyrie Irving cannot get his deal solidified, Kevin Durant says that he's gone. Because this is the main reason that he even came to Brooklyn. His original choice was the New York Knicks, which is a perfect transition because the New York Knicks are actually one of the top suitors to grab Kyrie Irving if he can't get his deal right. And there's also the Lakers, but there's one team that I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about. And they're actually in the same building as the Lakers. It's the LA Clippers. What has been the biggest knock on the Los Angeles Clippers over the last couple of years? It's their guard play. Almost like the situation in Boston, the Clippers are an extremely talented and deep team, but the one thing they are missing is a point guard. And I know everybody's probably going crazy like, no, they need a true point guard who can distribute the ball. Just wait. Kyrie Irving is a top 75 player of all time. Kawhi is a top 75 player of all time. And Paul George is a perennial all-star every year. And there was even a 2-year spout where he was in the conversation for MVP. And don't forget, the Clippers were able to go to the Western Conference Finals without Kawhi Leonard. And when fully healthy, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are some of the best two-way players in this game. They can drop 30 on you and hold your best player at about 20 points. Of course, besides Luka, but Luka does that to everybody. So I feel that Kyrie Irving's skill set would fit perfectly on this team. He can be the scorer that he wants to. He's not a terrible defender, and he has 2 other perimeter defenders around him that are elite. And don't forget, the Clippers have plenty of assets that they could give to the Brooklyn Nets in order to acquire a player like Kyrie Irving. So in my eyes, the Los Angeles Clippers to me are the front runners to pick up Kyrie Irving this offseason if he doesn't re-sign with the Brooklyn Nets. I know it would be a beautiful storyline for him to end up back in the Los Angeles Lakers locker room with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but the only way the Lakers can make that happen is if the Brooklyn Nets decided to trade for Russell Westbrook. Just a clean swap, Kyrie for Russell Westbrook, and there's no universe where that is happening. So I want to know what you guys think down below. Where will Kyrie Irving end up? So let me know your comments and your thoughts. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want more basketball content. You guys have a great day, and peace.